This week on the announcers table, we'll be discussing Clash of Champions, WWE Holiday Week, and also 1 week left for the Amazon gift card giveaway. What's going on, Wrestling Nerds? Welcome to another episode of the Announcers Table. I'm your host, B. Rye. Unfortunately, my co-host, Hertz Gerverts, aka the Canadian Screwjob, has been suspended from the Announcers Table due to not showing up to work. I went to the co-owner of Geeks Unlimited, Omar, aka Terraface, and had Mr. Hertz Gerverts suspended indefinitely off the show.
Oh, hold on. Because, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Announcers Table. My name is Hertz Gerverts, the Canadian Screwjob himself. I went to Steven, a.k.a. The Botcher, and got myself reinstated. So let's do an episode of this show correctly.
You want to do a show after I've done the show by myself countless times.
I counted them. There was 2.
And because of me by myself, I've gotten over 2,000 views on each show. Don't need you. Don't ever need you. I made this show.
The fans have been unbearable in how much they need me. They have been knocking down my door. They need me. You need me. Let's do a show.
Fine, since you went to the higher ups. Anyways, we're going to be discussing Clash of Champions. We're going to be discussing Raw, SmackDown. As you know, today's Wednesday. Tomorrow is Tribute to the Troops, which WWE has been doing for 15 years. I love what they do with the troops. You know, they protect us. We get to enjoy our freedoms, basically doing YouTube videos, suspending the Canadian screw job over here. So
they don't protect Canadians. It's weird.
Yeah. All right, so on Raw, we didn't really get much from Raw. As I stated in last week's episode, Raw, their next pay-per-view is not to February, which is Elimination Chamber. So there's not that many feuds going on. The only feud that I see going on is just Kane and Braun Strowman to try to decide who is the real monster. I hated the way the match ended on a double countout. As you know, winner got to face Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble for the for the Universal Championship. Gerverts, did you like the ending to that match?
A double countout is always a weak ending. It's always a, we'll figure it out next week kind of thing. The general point is they do that when they don't want to put one wrestler over another, but at this point, Kane is running for mayor. Kane has been in the WWE for God knows how long.
20 years.
You can put Braun Strowman over Kane. You can do that now. Everyone's behind Braun Strowman. Everyone is down for Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar at the Royal Rumble. There's no problem with that. I don't know what we're doing with this holding pattern BS. We don't need it. We don't need Kane in 2017, almost 2018, for God's sake. We don't need him. So I hated the double countout. I thought it was a terrible ending. I think they're working pretty well together, but I think anyone's gonna get a good match with Braun Strowman at this point.
I totally agree with you there, and I really don't like to agree with you. But I do think that they do need to push Braun Strowman before it's too late. As you remember, a couple years back, they had the opportunity to push Roman Reigns when the fans wanted him to get pushed, and they didn't pull the trigger. And now he's one of the most booed superstars on the roster besides your homeboy, Mr. Cena. But if they do the main event with Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, at least let him finish him off with 2 F5s instead of just 1. The last time they faced, it just took 1 F5 to finish Braun Strowman. You had The Undertaker, who's 106 years old, who took 3 F5s from Brock. Come on, Braun Strowman, he's supposed to be a monster who can conquer the beast. 1 F5, I don't see it happening. WWE needs to book this match better. But what I did like, I'm going to go on, because nothing really special happened on Raw. Because like I said, none of the storylines are building up because their pay-per-view is not till February, Elimination Chamber. But I am liking the storyline on SmackDown with the whole Daniel Bryan versus Shane McMahon the control over power. You got Daniel Bryan, who's rooting for Zayn and Kevin Owens without really showing it, and you got basically Shane McMahon portraying his father.
Yeah, it's a very interesting situation where you have the nominal heels, right? Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are supposed to be the bad guys in this story, but they haven't ever actually said anything that was false or wrong. I mean, they're bragging a lot. They're going out saying they're the best guys on the show, and that's fine. That's whatever. But Shane McMahon clearly has a vendetta against them. They are clearly working very well. They are clearly very popular, and they're just telling people not to trust the McMahon, which, I mean, isn't that basically the mantra of WWE? Don't trust the McMahons? Anytime anyone gets in bed with a McMahon, something terrible happens to them. So they're saying things that aren't wrong. They're not, I mean, are they getting involved in each other's matches? Yeah, I guess, but not more so than any other, faces on any wrestling show ever. I don't understand how they're being painted in this corner, and I'm all for them getting a win over the randomly put together tag team of Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura. I'm all for that. I think this match has had some very interesting build to it, but I don't understand the direction that they're going, and I guess that's a good thing in the end, so that I'm not seeing something that I totally expected.
Well, I disagree. I mean, I think Shane McMahon is on the money. I mean, Sami Zayn messed up, Shane McMahon's Hell in a Cell match. Kevin Owens is the new crybaby of WWE. He picked that up from his friend Chris Jericho, who's, by the way, in New Japan World Wrestling at the moment. And, I believe Daniel Bryan should be put in his place. He's just the general manager. He's just the general manager. Know your place. You're there to make matches. You're there to make sure everything goes smoothly. You putting yourself as a second referee is BS. Know your place before you get fired. And to not trust the McMahon, come on, dude. McMahon has ran this business for years. He ran this business against competition. Why would you not trust the McMahon?
You can't trust the McMahon in the ring. That's been the whole point of WWE since its inception. You had oh gosh.
Well, I can't trust you to come to work on time, so I'm supposed to listen to you. Shane McMahon has every right to fire Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens from the WWE. They screwed SmackDown at Survivor Series. They screwed Shane McMahon, and they're gonna screw Daniel Bryan down the road. I can just see it coming.
Probably. I take issue with saying that Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and I know it's been a while, but I haven't shown up for work a couple of times. It's been a while. Kevin Owens, I don't see how Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn cost SmackDown the match at the pay-per-view. I don't see how that's
what
the
case. Mean? They distracted Shane McMahon. They distracted Randy Orton. They cost them Survivor Series.
It was Shane McMahon and Randy Orton against Triple H, Braun Strowman, and Kurt Angle. Like, there was no coming back from that. It was basically 1-on-3, because let's not forget that Shane McMahon's not a damn wrestler. He can't wrestle. He's not a wrestler. He's not gonna. Was Shane McMahon gonna pin Braun Strowman? But for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, no.
Listen, he's a better performer than James Ellsworth. I can give you that much.
Yeah, okay. James Ellsworth, he's gone from WWE too.
That's a different topic.
Yeah. Man, a lot of people have been gone from WWE. They've been cutting a lot recently, but that's off topic. I never agree. I don't think. I mean, yeah, they showed up. Yeah, but they got run off, right? Shane McMahon got a chair and ran him off. It took him no time, and then Randy Orton was fighting 1-on-3, which he was going to be fighting 1-on-3 anyway, and he lost 1-on-3. So there's no. I don't see how we can be pitting the Survivor Series loss on Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I don't see how they can't get anybody in their corner. I don't get it. I understand that Kevin Owens is doing a lot of whining or whatever, but he's also done a lot of winning. And Sami Zayn is an incredibly talented and incredibly popular wrestler. They both are. And for them to have no support going into this match is astounding to me, given just the history of McMahon's screwing wrestlers over and over and over again.
I mean, that's one man's opinion. But moving on. I do want to discuss how the women division in both brands is being sparked and is being lit up on fire. I love the fact how Absolution finally attacked Asuka, but then once they attacked Asuka, the entire Raw women's roster came out to defend Asuka against Absolution, and the same thing happened on SmackDown with the Riot Squad. I'm not sure if you did see that, but there's some similarities with both of these groups coming up from NXT. The only NXT person out of these two groups that's not from NXT is Paige. She was there a couple years ago, but she's, basically been on the main roster, has been a champion. But I love what these 5 women are doing. And I hope there's an angle to this. I hope maybe it's Paige who's running both groups between brands. But I like the fact that both rosters on each brand came out to defend their champion or their main superstar and to run out each squad. I mean, I'm totally loving the women's division right now. I think this is a breath of fresh air that the women's division needed because it was getting stale for a little while.
It was, and a lot. You said it a couple of times. You said you're optimistic, you're hoping, and you also said that they're very similar, right? They're doing the same thing on both shows. I don't like that. That smacks of I don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know how to write this. You have 3 women coming back. I mean, I understand Paige, is a bit removed, but you have basically 3 women on each show debuting at the same time. The groups are very similar in terms of, you have like the small blonde one, you have the
Mandy Rose,
you have the MMA one, and you have the one that's allowed to talk, and that's it. And they're very similar. They are doing the exact same thing, and the response is exactly the same on both shows. That's scary to me. That reeks of we have no idea where this is going. We're just going to throw something at the wall and see what sticks. And that's not, and that's not to take anything away from the performers. They're doing a great job, and they are extremely talented. And I'm very excited for them and for them to be able to show what they can do on the main roster. But there's no writing behind this, and I don't see where it's going, and that scares me. And I don't have the faith in WWE creative to do anything good with what is very clearly an extremely talented stable of women wrestlers.
Okay, like I said, moving on. Now moving on to Clash of Champions. This Sunday is SmackDown's pay-per-view Clash of Champions. Every title will be put on the line. We got a fatal 4-way tag team match for the tag team titles. We've got Charlotte versus Natalya in a woman jack match. We got AJ Styles against Jinder Mahal for the WWE title. And we also have a triple threat United States Championship match, Baron Corbin, Bobby Roode, and Dolph Ziggler. Now, let me get to this United States Championship. I like the fact that they added Dolph Ziggler to this match. I mean, they have been in a limbo with Dolph Ziggler. They didn't know what to do with him. But I think his charisma, his in-ring skill will make this match probably the match of the night. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
Dolph Ziggler's absolutely a glue guy, and he's already shown that he can perform well with both Baron Corbin and Bobby Roode. They've all, he's had good to great matches with both of them, and he's the veteran presence, as it were. I know Bobby Roode's been around for a long time, but he's only been in WWE for a very short amount of time. But, there have been reports and rumors that Dolph Ziggler's not happy with his role at WWE. So I'm worried for Dolph. If he's not walking away from this match with the title, I'm worried this might be, sort of the end of the road for him. Because honestly, what are they going to do with him? If they're not going to put the title on him, if they're going to have him lose to Bobby Roode again or lose to Baron Corbin again, what are they doing with him? He's done nothing for a solid, 5 years.
I mean, to throw fans a curveball, I would put the title on him. Just like they did with Jinder Mahal when he defeated Randy Orton. That was a big curveball. Nobody expected that. So nobody expects Dolph Ziggler to win this match. They expect either Bobby Roode, who's the up-and-coming star who came from NXT, or keep the strap on Baron Corbin, because I kind of like his lone wolf persona. I like his character. I like the way he's, agitating the crowd. But if you want to throw a curveball, WWE, put the United States title on Dolph Ziggler.
Absolutely. He's one of the best in-ring performers that you have at this point, and he deserves it. He's been around for a really long time. He's clearly working very hard. He's working much harder than John Cena and me, so he deserves it.
At least you can admit that. So, moving on, we got the women's title for SmackDown, Charlotte, Natalya, in a women's jack match. 3 of the women are the Riot Squad. Now, watching SmackDown, like I said, all these women were going at each other. I don't know how this match is going to play out, but I don't see Charlotte losing the title to Natalya. Natalya had her title shot. She had her little reign. I don't think they need to put the strap on her. Leave it on Charlotte, or let Natalya beat Charlotte so bad that Carmella cashes in and we get a new women's champion at Clash of Champions.
That's where I think this is going as well. I think that's actually the best move for WWE, because what they don't want is they don't want Ruby Riott taking on Charlotte Flair one-on-one and winning the title, right? But they do want to push Ruby Riott. So what do? You can't put the title... I mean, you could put the title back on Natalya, but I think you have, a little bit of mayhem breakout, and you wind up with 5 or 6 women just beating on Charlotte Flair. All the Riot Squad and Natalya and Carmella just beating on Charlotte Flair, and you have Carmella cash in. And in the next cycle, you get Ruby Riott and Carmella, which is probably going to be a pretty good match. They're both very talented performers.
Very talented. Ruby Riott never got her shot in NXT, as there were other up-and-coming stars. Ember Moon, Asuka, who else is out there?
I'll let you dangle.
Yeah, let me dangle. Billie Kay, Peyton Royce. These are top-notch NXT and established superstars down there. But her coming to SmackDown, I do see her getting the title soon rather than later as compared to NXT. Another match I want to discuss, which hasn't had too much build-up to it, but, it's also going to be a phenomenal match, is AJ Styles and Jinder Mahal. To all you fans of Jinder Mahal, he is not a good in-ring performer. He sucks. He's not good on the mic. I see AJ Styles coming out as champion.
I am so surprised that we came back from India and Jinder Mahal was not wearing the WWE Championship. I think I've been on record saying that he was absolutely going to win it back or bring it to and come back from there, and he didn't. And that is a huge.
And I'm guessing McMahon screwed him, huh?
Probably. But it doesn't make any sense at this point to put the title back on Jinder Mahal. And he's another one of those guys that's been around for a long time. But you're right, he's not that great in the ring. I disagree with you. I think he's been pretty good on the mic during his title reign. He was pretty good, and he made some excellent points, and he had some moments where he really got the crowd going. And he's one of those classic WWE heels, not the heels of today who you're supposed to side with, but maybe not. He's one of those classic ones.
He's an Iron Sheik.
Yeah, they cheats to get ahead, is obvious about his cheating, and is basically just saying, you people all suck, and pointing at the WWE crowd. And that's, I think that's pretty good for today. But you're right, and I hate saying that. You're right, he's not going to win the title. AJ Styles is going to keep it, and I don't know, it's another one where I don't know where they're going after this, but it should at least be interesting.
I think I can see what's coming after this. I can see AJ and Shinsuke feud coming up after this. Because remember, the next pay-per-view for SmackDown won't be to probably Fastlane, which is right before WrestleMania. So we can see a rivalry that extends into WrestleMania. But I also want to discuss the tag team division in SmackDown, which I think is way better than it is on Raw. You got 2 of the best tag teams down there, which is the New Day and the Usos. But one of my favorite tag teams right now is Rusev and Aiden English. These 2 guys are really surprising me as a duo. props to Rusev getting his own Rusev Day shirt. Finally happened. I really don't see Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin winning the title. I see them splitting up probably during this pay-per-view or after this pay-per-view.
Really?
But I would like to see the title go to somebody new instead of the New Day. I'm a big New Day fan, but I would like to see it go to Rusev and Aiden English. I think they proved themselves. I think they've been doing great on the mic. I think their wrestling has been great. And to be added to this match was, I think, phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a huge risk and a great idea by WWE, making this a fatal four-way tag team match, and also ditching the random rules. They've, the last 3 or 4 fatal four-way tag team matches they've done have been just with 2 competitors in the ring. This week they made it clear that one member of each team will be in the ring at all times. That's a great change, and it'll make the match a lot better. But adding Rusev and Aiden English to the match is a great idea. Aiden English has already been a WWE Tag Team Champion. Actually, everyone in this match has been a Tag Team Champion at some point except for Rusev, which is very interesting. I don't think they're going to break up Gable and Benjamin anytime soon. I think they play off each other very well, and I don't know that they're going to do anything with Shelton Benjamin as a singles competitor, so I wouldn't see any reason to break up that tag team. I think they're actually going to be getting the titles at this pay-per-view. I think Benjamin and Gable are excellent in-ring competitors. They're getting significantly better on the mic, and their chemistry is really good. I think you're absolutely right, again, sadly, that we need a fresh face wearing the tag titles on SmackDown. We can't keep just passing it between New Day and the Usos over and over again. We need somebody else holding the tag titles. The Usos don't need it. The New Day doesn't need it. Put it on Gable and Benjamin for them to get destroyed by the Bludgeon Brothers in 3 months.
Well, I love the fact that you have to agree with me. I love the fact, I just gloat about it. Gives me more views. But, we're going to have to conclude this episode. Unfortunately, you're boring the crowd out there with your lack of mic skills. So, to all you fans out there, please, on the comment section, leave us your predictions on who's going to come out a winner, who's going to come out a loser on Clash of Champions. The Screwjob himself will leave his own prediction, and so will I. Until next week's episode, Hertz Gervers, I hope you're there.
I'll be there.
Thank you for watching another episode of The Announcers Table. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment below for your chance to win a $25 Amazon gift card courtesy of Geeks Unlimited. And we'll be choosing a winner on next week's episode.